Jawohl, vielen Dank. Sie können sicher sein, dass wir weitermachen werden. Ihre ermunternden Worte haben uns neuen Mut gegeben. Und wenn nicht alles gleich erfüllt werden kann, dann ist es umso eher eine Herausforderung, weiterzumachen. Vielen Dank nochmal für diese Einführung und den Begrüßung. Und als zweites einen guten Freund, Martin Meyer, Vizepräsident der Universität, aber eigentlich ist er mir und uns nicht so sehr als Vizepräsident bekannt, sondern als jemand, der genau das Gleiche in seiner individuellen Ausprägung verstanden hat und mitschiebt, wenn er Zeit hat. Allerdings jetzt ist er sehr beschäftigt. Als Vizepräsident hat er viele andere zusätzliche Aufgaben da. Zurzeit ist eine Generationenwechsel in der Universitätsführung gibt. Frau Fried, das freut mich, dass du ein paar Worte anrichtest.
Yeah, thank you very much, Professor Frank Hartmut. Well, following up what you said, I'm not sure whether I'm really understanding what is going on in the Cheesefondue. So I have attended a number of meetings right now, a number of workshops. I have been in Ferrara last year, and I met Dr. who is with us today. But I'm still in the phase of someone who is a beginner, and I'm still learning. But my overall impression is that the scientists have dissected the world for quite a while, have analyzed everything at the molecular level, and there is now the feeling that there is a need, a requirement for putting things together again and to putting things into the right human perspectives. So you are realizing that I'm talking in English to you. Last year I was talking in German, but this year I saw on the list of attendees so many people from other countries that I decided that this year it would be appropriate to welcome you in English. So as a vice president of this university, it is not only a privilege, but I like also very much to welcome you on behalf of this university, and I'm very warmly welcoming you within the walls of this university. It is my responsibility to first give you some very short and few remarks on this university. You might understand that. And secondly, I will follow up with very few remarks on this particular workshop. And finally, I have decided, I have reflected what would be an appropriate gift for all of you, and a gift which would fit all the requirements I'm imagining about a perfect gift, and we will see at the end what that is. Okay, so all of us are on the campus of the University of Bayreuth, and we are within this building, and this group of buildings here represents or accommodates, better to speak, one of our faculties, the Faculty of Applied Sciences. There are lots of other faculties which are grouped around this central place, this campus. So it is easy to imagine that the University of Bayreuth is a place where it is easy to meet on a very convenient basis. The university So this one. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This helps. So this is a recently founded university which has been established in 1975. So in the winter term 75-76, the first lectures were held at this university. Right now we are having 9,000 students, and within the next year we will certainly get more than 10,000 students, because the number of students is steadily increasing here. Nearly 200 faculties are teaching at this university, which have permanent positions, and about 700 scientific researchers are also involved in research, but also in teaching on this particular campus. And of these, 230 are not paid by the state of Bavaria, but are paid from external funds. We have 300, or a little bit more than 300 international employees at this university. These come from China, India, Russia, the United States. And because one research topic on this university is African studies, we are also having very many employees from African nations. The total budget, so nowadays everything is in counted in terms of money. I apologize for that. But in such an environment, also this university has to pay attention to its budget and to money. And we are getting about 80 million euro from the state of Bavaria. But in addition to that, the employees at this university, mainly the professors, apply for external grants, and they get more than 20 million euros per year from external funding. I mentioned already the sixth faculty of applied sciences. This university accommodates a total of 6 faculties. So we have the faculty of mathematics, physics and informatics, biology and chemistry and earth sciences, law and economics, linguistics and literatures, cultural studies, and as mentioned before, the faculty of applied sciences. So from this list of faculties, you will realize that at this university we have decided to have very broad, large faculties which are unifying very many disciplines. So at this university, a faculty in itself is already something which bridges different disciplines. Probably more than on other campuses in Germany at least. Okay, I do not want it to be boring with respect to information about this university. Let me now switch to the Cheesefondue issue. So as far as I know, in this area of Cheesefondue activities, we are having a series of workshops. And in addition to these, we are having Cheesefondue conferences. And I mentioned already the conference at Ferrara, organized by Hartmut Frank, but he helped in the organization of that conference, was organized by the University of Ferrara under the rector, Professor Bianchi, who is with us today. So everything started apparently with the workshops in Marienthal. I'm referring to that as the beginning. The topic was science culture for the human future. The next one then was at this particular campus, and that also the third one is on this campus. So the second one, I'm referring to that as the follow-up was entitled Education for Human Energy, Concepts and Integration. And in this particular one, Spirit of the Future, Bridging the Contrast. And at the end of the workshop, we will see what that actually means. And by projecting this slide, it's a good opportunity to thank Professor Frank and his wife Marina for their efforts, for their continuing efforts to organize these workshops and to stimulate the conferences I mentioned before. And I include into these things all their collaborators which are helping to make everything happen. So thank you very much indeed. The special guests I want to especially welcome today are listed on this particular slide. And before I'm referring to them individually, I would like to welcome all of you which are from Bayreuth, but especially those which have been traveled to Bayreuth from other places. I'm welcoming my professor colleagues here and the students which are attending this workshop. And I apologize for if I miss to mention important names which are not listed here. So let me start by welcoming the individual who has taken the burden of patronizing this workshop, the Lord Mayor of the city of Bayreuth, Dr. Michael Hohl. The university is very grateful that he has taken this particular duty. So thank you very much indeed for being here. The next one is Professor Karl Gerassi. Professor Gerassi is not for the first time at this campus. All people from this university who are attending this particular workshop remember very well his special talk within the series of Gesellschaft Deutscher Chemiker Symposia, where he reported on the history and the chemistry and all the different stories related to the introduction of the contraceptive pill. And we are very grateful as the University of Bayreuth of welcoming Professor Gerassi at this campus and for being here and for all the activity related to not only to his activity as a scientist, but also to his particular activities as an author and in general as a person stimulating other people. So thank you very much for being here. The next one I want to welcome is Professor Patrizio Bianchi, the rector of the University of Ferrara. I mentioned him before, and as far as I know, he's the one who is going to give today's general welcome address. So we are very privileged, Professor Bianchi, of having you within the walls of the university. So thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for attending this meeting. And thank you very much again for hosting the last conference at Ferrara, which was, as far as my impression was, a very great success. So thank you very much again. The next one is Professor Boguslav Buczewski. I did not know him before, but I met him at the conference I just mentioned at Ferrara, and he is professor at the Copernicus University at Torun, and I think he also has official responsibilities has taken these for this workshop, this third Cheesefondue workshop. And I should mention that he will host and he will organize the next Cheesefondue conference, which has been scheduled for fall of this year. And I encourage all of you to attend that particular conference. And there is Nelson Yunus from Porto Alegre, Brazil. I met him 1 year ago at the second Cheesefondue workshop, and we did not talk very much, but I apologize. I feel we became friends, and I'm very grateful for that. So thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, there are many names which I should have mentioned, but I apologize. Please take these names here for having welcomed as a whole. So this is my gift. So I reflected on a gift. And so the semester has just ended, and I realized that I was overwhelmed during the semester by lots of responsibilities and duties. And I was asking myself, what would you wish that someone else should give you? And the answer I gave to myself was time. Give me some time. And this is what I'm now giving to you. So we are talking about synergy, about bridging, about antagonistic things. And I thought an antagonism might be, what is a scientist always doing? What is a president always doing? He or she is always talking a lot. So what is the opposite of that? The opposite of that is stop talking, is silence. So this is an experiment. I'm giving you now 1 minute of my time allotted to welcome you, to reflect on someone else, not on yourself, to reflect on someone else. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, if I may, I'm wishing you the best for this particular conference. I'm wishing the organizers and all of you many productive returns of the workshops and of the Cheesefondue conferences. And I hope that you will get the success you have wished when you travel to this place, when you travel to Bayreuth. And I hope that at the next conference at Turin or in the next year, all of us will meet again in a good health. In that sense, the very best to you, and I'm wishing you a enthusiastic Cheesefondue workshop number 3. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for this, für diese